Fresno State, one win from a division title and a trip to the Mountain West Championship game. But not so fast. Guess what? San Diego State still is in the title hunt. This is the game of the year in the West Division. Why? Look at these standings in the Mountain West. Fresno State at 5-1. If San Diego State gets the win, it's a three-way tie with a week left in the season. Welcome to Bulldog Stadium. Welcome to Fresno, everybody. Rich Waltz along with Aaron Murray. And if San Diego State is going to get the win, they're going to have to do it with their defense.
Yeah, it's going to start with the defensive side of the football for this team. It's fun to watch. It's very exotic. It keeps offensive coordinators, it keeps quarterbacks up late at night. Rocky Long does a great job mixing up the fronts, mixing up the coverage. You're going to see a lot of unique blitzes, cross dogs, cornerbacks blitzing, safeties blitzing. I mean, it comes from all over the field. It's tough. It's very tough for offenses. So we're going to see, can Marcus McMaryion dissect the defense, get his offensive line in the right direction?
Not many defenses have given this kid, the quarterback for Fresno State, any trouble. Marcus McMaryion's had an exceptional year.
Oh, he does a tremendous job, Rich. And the thing I see with him, it's his base. It's his footwork within the pocket. He's very calm. He's cool. He's collective. And he's not only throwing to his receivers, which is the best thing, he's utilizing his tight ends. He's utilizing his running backs, his fullbacks. He gets through his reads. So defensively, you don't know what to stop. If you want to load up against the receivers, he's going to find the matchups with his tight end. So he does a great job. It's going to be a great battle, offense versus defense all night long.
If you notice a haze in and around the stadium, do not adjust your set. And with more on that, here's our Cassie McKinney. Cassie?
Yeah, Rich, it's been a devastating week in California with these two massive wildfires burning at both ends of the state. And here in Fresno, in the San Joaquin Valley, smoke is converging and settling right on top of us. So the big concern, air quality. Right now, we are in the red zone, a level 5 out of 5. The exact number is 156, and the NCAA's air quality threshold is 200. There is a specific person here at the game monitoring these levels on a quarter-by-quarter basis. And Rich, I talked to the medical staff on both teams. They will be keeping a close eye on all the players with respiratory issues.
All right, thank you, Cassie. Now, we are in the Central Valley of California. To the north is the Camp Fire. To the south is the Woolsey Fire, and they're just about the exact same distance. But all of that smoke and all of that is into Central California and the Bay Area. And, of course, Stanford and Cal postponed tomorrow. And one other note, medical officials from both schools and the Mountain West Conference have been all over this and have been monitoring the air quality here for the last 3 or 4 days and ready to go in a rather important game in the Mountain West. Fresno State, San Diego State, and here we go. San Diego State on the return. And a busted tackle there. Jawan Washington, the starting running back, returns that football out to the 30-yard line. We say hello to the Cow and our Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Christian Chapman. Tell me what you like about him.
Yeah, I like when he's in rhythm. You're going to see a little bit the slants, the quick outs, but we're also going to see tonight, Rich, Ryan Agnew, the backup quarterback who's played a significant amount of time when Christian Chapman was hurt. So they're going to be mixing up. One's a little bit better of a thrower, gets through his reads, and then they're going to throw the curveball in there with Ryan Agnew, be able to run the ball a little bit more from the quarterback position.
San Diego State is a run-first team, and run they do. And this is Washington, and he busted out to the 39-yard line. That's a 9-yard carry. Parker Houston, good receiver, great blocker.
Rich, you talk about this team loves to run the football. So you need a tight end that can block, and then you need a tight end that you can utilize the play action with. Get matched up one-on-one with linebackers, with safeties. He is a weapon if this offense is able to run the ball early to be able to create those matchups.
And you saw that offensive line. Tyler Romer and Keith Ishmael, 2 starters, are out tonight for San Diego State. Nick Gerhardt and Kyle Spalding in their spot. We'll keep an eye on that. And, oh, man, as Washington met. Fresno State's defense is one of the best in the West, and they've got playmakers all over the place, including Michael Walker.
Yeah, Michael Walker. We talk about it once again, the offense running the football. This defensive line needs to play big. They can't allow 4, 5, 6 yards a pop. You have to make San Diego State gain the 3rd and long situations. Michael Walker has done a great job all year long. 3 sacks, 9.5 tackles for loss. If you get him in that 3rd and long situation, look for him, move him around, get one-on-one with some tackles and guards.
Well, it is 3rd down and 1. They'll throw it. Chapman takes a shot down the sideline, and it's dropped. Kobe Smith was open. Chapman hit him in the hands, and San Diego State cannot get the first down.
Oh, you got to love this. You see, you get 3rd and short, a team that runs the football, run your first 2 times. This is what we're going to see, Rich, the entire night. Run, run, run. Get to a 3rd and manageable, and then utilize the play action. Get those one-on-one matchups with the tight ends, receivers down the football field.
Ronnie Rivers is deep for Fresno State.
Number 59 in punt formation.
And Rivers will try to return it, and he's upended at the 6-yard line. Kalon Milton on the special teams with the hits. Cal returns. Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Fresno State offense, Marcus McMaryion, one of the best quarterbacks numbers-wise in the country.
Yeah, he does a tremendous job. You see it right there, 21 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Most importantly, what's highlighted in red, 70% completion percentage. He knows where he's going. He figures out the matchups with his receivers. We talked about it, utilizing his tight ends, and gets through his reads accurately, doesn't force balls down the field.
Last week in the loss of Boise State, 3 really good quarters and a struggle in the 4th quarter for this Fresno State offense. Ronnie Rivers, and Rivers is smothered. Kayaba Tizino and Troy Cassidy, 2 linebackers on the hits. Big weapon on the outside, Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah, he is a weapon on the outside, Rich. 46 games in a row with a catch right now. He just finds a way to get open. He does a great job against the zone. Friendly for a quarterback, shows his numbers. Kind of like a basketball player maneuvering his way through the defense.
McMaryion, of course, the transfer from Oregon State. Took over the starting role 4 games in last year and has been roaring since. To the sideline, the sliding catch there by Jameer Jordan. Darren Hall on the coverage. This is a hard-nosed San Diego State defense, and so is Trenton Thompson, the sophomore safety.
You know, we look at the Fresno State offense, you think that the receivers, the tight ends especially, these are big, physical, fast tight ends. So these safeties and linebackers for San Diego State are going to have to get matched up and play big.
Flags down, free play, long throw, wide open. Jordan the catch, spinning to the 30, racing to the 10, into the end zone. 86 yards.
Yeah, it's a great job right there, utilizing.
Outside. Defense, number 95, introduces one after snap. The penalty declined. Touchdown.
Yeah, utilizing the snap count right there to your advantage. Get the guy to jump. You know you have a chance to throw a free ball down the field. You get your one-on-one matchup. Throw it up. It's an incompletion or a pick. Doesn't matter. Instead, it's a long touchdown. Great job. And then a great job by Jameer Jordan staying in bounds. Good balance. And then finishing off. And that was a lot of fun right there.
Jordan's 3rd touchdown catch. McMarion's 22nd touchdown throw. And you take advantage of a free play when you get it. Jordan, the senior, from McMaryion.
Yeah, you're going to see right there, all quarterbacks know, let me use the hard count, get it on 2, they jump, center will snap it immediately, and then you just find your one-on-one on the outside and take advantage of it.
Extra point is good. Fresno State is back home. Boy, are they ever. 86 yards. McMaryion to Jordan.
Yeah, we were talking with Kalen DeBoer yesterday, offensive coordinator for Fresno. They were going to use what they call sitcom, the ability to use their hands. You see right there, the quarterback using his hands to dissect the defense. Instead, right there, you get the defensive lineman the jump, you figure out the one-on-one coverage, and then a great job on the outside by Jameer Jordan, beating up his DB, then staying in bounds for the long touch. But we're going to see that because we talk about San Diego State defensively. A lot of shift, a lot of movement. They're going to use the sitcom with the quarterback's hands to try to figure out where the blitz is coming from, where the rotation with the safeties are going to be.
Jawan Washington, Kagan Williams are deep. There's Washington. He's taken 3 kicks back in his career for touchdowns. And he's on over to the 2. Has a seam. spilled there, and Washington is down to the 27-yard line.
Welcome back to Fresno. Bulldogs up 7-0. And I talked to Coach Rocky Long before the game about the frustrations of losing key offensive players coming into this game. He said, yeah, it's tough losing these key guys, the 2 offensive linemen and Tim Wilson. Before the game, he said, you know, coming into this game, one of the biggest challenges of this season and having to shuffle these guys around. But he said that's how this whole season has been. Said we came out of training camp the healthiest we've ever been, but then we've had more injuries to starting players in my 11 years at San Diego State. He said that's just the luck of the draw of the season in straightforward fashion. He said you put the next guys in and hope they play well, Rich.
And Cassie, he's lost 2 offensive linemen before tonight's game. Tyler Romer, Keith Ishmael, Tim Wilson Jr., as you mentioned, is out as well. And they're down 7-0. Play action here. Chapman loads up, fires over the middle, man wide open, caught by Trevillion, breaks a tackle. He will go! Touchdown, San Diego State, 75 yards.
And what they've been doing, run, run, run to start the play every single time. And then just one-on-one matchups on the outside. They do a great job selling the play action, linebackers bite up, and then locating the high safety. That's the key right there. Find out where the high safety is. He bites on the deep cross. You got one-on-one, the post route. Does a great job, Christian Chapman, laying it out there for his receiver.
And a great illustration of what Cassie just said. Tim Wilson's out, up steps Trevillion. A huge part of this valley, great sports heritage and history here, especially football. Great quarterbacks that have come and gone and worn this uniform, and this guy will be seen as one of the greats when he walks off this campus after this year. Marcus McMaryion, in just 2 years, has earned that title. On the ground, that's Ronnie Rivers, Kayava Tizino, and Cedric Lakalaka make the stop for San Diego State.
Yeah, a lot of great running backs. So you talk about great quarterbacks. Right now they have 3 very talented running backs you'll see rotating in throughout this game.
McMaryion play action, fires to the sideline. That's Darion Grimm with the catch. Well, if you want names and you want, look, both Carr brothers, David and Derek. Jim Sweeney, of course, was a great head coach. Trent Dilfer, a Super Bowl winner at quarterback. You can put Jeff Tedford's name up there as well.
I mean, he's 17-4 as a starter, Rich. He's done a great job winning ball games. Almost won a big one last week for Boise State. But like he said, he takes care of the football. 21 touchdowns, 22 touchdowns down the season, only 3 interceptions. He's not one to put his offense in any kind of trouble.
Josh Hokett is in the game. Remember, he had 3 touchdowns in this game last year. Hokett can throw it as well. He's got Rice open, but he'll tuck it and run. Open for a brief moment, and that's a good decision there by Hokett.
Yeah, like I said, that's a time in the field. You want to take a shot. A little trickery there, reverse pass. We're going to keep an eye on Rice right there. The tight end's going to do a little stock and go. Great job, though, by Tariq Thompson, number 14 on the outside. Does not bite on it, stays back in his cornerback position. If he would have bite about 5, 6, 7 yards, I think they would have taken a shot over the top, see if they can convert it on the trick play.
So Hokett picks up 2. Second down 8, quick release McMaryion. This is Keyshawn Johnson to the 38. He's 2 yards shy of the first down. 3rd down and 2. Parker Baldwin made the stop.
And right now, Josh Hokett's still in the football game. Oh, they're taking him out right now, but this is where you usually see him, nitty-gritty running back, trying to get those 3rd and short yardage. Look for some kind of zone read right here. Maybe even get a tight end to the flat, something quick in order to get to the first down, or maybe make this a 4th and short.
Now to get to the 36. Option look. McMaryion going to keep it, and he's right on the 36. This is going to be really close, but probably 4-down territory here for Fresno State.
Yeah, if he doesn't have it, he's about a couple inches short. They're going to signal first down on there. Great job understanding where the sticks are. Didn't like the option on the outside. And you're taught as a quarterback, then get north and south. You're not going to juke anyone out. You're not going to run anyone over. Get the yardage and get down and protect your body. Great job right there getting the first down.
Under a minute left, first quarter, 2 big plays. McMarion hit Jameer Jordan 86 yards for a touchdown for Fresno State score. 1st and 10 here. Looking for Jordan on an out, and the ball's deflected high and incomplete. Jordan was surrounded by the time that one came down to him.
It's a great job by the defensive line, getting some pressure up front. And then we talk about keep McMarion a little uncomfortable back there. No one was open. Great job on the back end. He held it a little bit too long. You can't ask an offensive line against a very talented defense. We're going to see shifts, motions up front, guys blitzing from all different angles. You can't expect your offensive line to hold up for 4 or 5 seconds.
Second down 10. McMarion tucks it, and he's blasted. Chibu Onyuku, the senior out of Pittsburgh, California, with a stop.
Yeah, but really, as Ronnie Lakalaka here, you see McMarion want to get up and rip it. Number 39 does a great job baiting and act like he's coming in for the run. Backs up, gets underneath the inside hitch route. Forcing Marcus McMarion to do anything but just tuck it and run and get back to close to the line of scrimmage.
1 quarter in the books. Biggest game in the West of the year in the Mountain West Conference. And 2 big plays from both sides. Fresno State, that went for 86 yards to Jameer Jordan. There was an answer from the Aztecs. That went 75. 7 apiece after a quarter. A lot on the line here. To get to the Mountain West Championship game, here's the road for both of these schools and for Nevada, who is still alive in the West. Fresno wins tonight, they're going. San Diego State still has an opportunity, and Nevada is still alive. Rich Schwartz along with Aaron Murray. Any surprises from the first quarter
Not
here?
so far. I think right now the 2 big shots, obviously, but I want to see more and more of those opportunities downfield, whether it's the tight ends on linebackers, tight ends on safeties, or even the receivers one-on-one. Both defenses are low in the box right now, forcing these quarterbacks to take those shots.
Shotgun for McMarion, stepping in on 3rd down and 11, he's sacked. Chibu Onyuku, his 2nd sack already, and the senior with a big play.
It was a great job, and really defensively, the back end, great job. No one's open downfield. It allows the linemen, the defensive linemen, to engage their offensive linemen, shed, and then get after the quarterback. Great job by Chibu. That's 3 sacks now on the year.
Line drive kick is caught, and a fair catch was called for. Boy, a whole bunch of stuff. And here come the Aztecs again. Offensively, both defenses have been really, really solid, albeit for 1 play each. Both long passes for touchdowns. Christian Chapman found Fred Trevelyan for 75. 3rd down 7. Blitz comes. Chapman hit as he throws. Battle for the ball. Caught there. That's Trevelyan. Terrific catch. He's to the 35-yard line. Chapman is peeling himself off the turf, and San Diego State has a big play. 33 yards.
Yeah, you love that from a quarterback. Stand in the pocket, pressure, overload from the left side. Look at all these guys coming from the left side. Sits in there, he sees a free rusher, understands he has a one-on-one matchup. Let me just throw it up to my 6'2" receiver on the outside. Let him go make a play. And that's a great job. Tank Kelly, number 6, great coverage. There's just nothing much you can do at 5'10", going against a 6'2" receiver, and a perfect ball placement from Christian Chapman.
As we've told you, Tim Wilson Jr., their best deep threat, is out and not playing. Trevelyan with 2 big catches, another deep throw, and this one is over the head of Elijah Cody. And Chapman was hit again.
Yeah, he's taking some shots right now. We know both quarterbacks are going to take their licks with how aggressive these defensive linemen are. But just a bad job up front. No one blocking Kwame Jones, number 33. You got to take care. The offensive line has to take care of those front 4. But we talked about it, and Cassie brought it up. The injuries up front, guys moving around. playing positions they may not be used to, creating some confusion.
You saw Ryan Agnew, backup quarterback, on the bench. He will get a couple of series here in the second quarter by design. Washington, boy, they'd love to get him loose. Juwan Washington over the left side to gain of 5. They'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Well, Rich, you got to stay committed to it, because eventually these runs, these 5-yard runs, the 4-yard runs, even the 2 or 3-yard runs, they're going to pop. You wear the defense out, you get the guys up front exhausted. By the time the third quarter comes, the fourth quarter comes, then you see the home runs coming from guys like Juwan Washington, who had the speed to take a 5-yard run and convert it into a 60, 70-yard touchdown.
San Diego State's kicker is great, and this is well within the range of John Barron. 3rd down and 5. Chapman's throw to the sideline, in and out of the hands of Trevelyan. He's had a couple of balls on the mark that have been dropped. And let's see what the Aztecs do here on 4th down and 5.
You see the off coverage right here, just a simple out route. We called it Omaha 4-step speed out. And as a quarterback, you usually want to keep on the sideline if it's tight coverage, but with a cornerback about 7-8 yards and retreating, you just got to put it right in his chest. Looks like they feel pretty confident with every 4th down play they have, because they're going to go for it. Be prepared defensively for some kind of hard cadence to try to draw them off and gain a free 5 yards.
Chapman in trouble. Scrambling, throwing, and it's incomplete. And Fresno State holds.
Yeah, it's a great job by the defensive line once again. This place is loud, it's rocking. The D-ends, the D-tackles are gonna get a jump on the cadence. And they did it right there. Again, Christian Chapman off his spot, forcing the throw uncomfortably on the run.
Timeout, 7-7 still. San Diego State, Fresno State. Can't come to Fresno without saying hi to Victor E.
He's
like
juiced. He's ready to go. He's like, Coach, put me in the game. I'll get us 7 points. Let's go. Little dog up the middle. Give me a little fullback dive.
He's well trained. I mean, when you get audio from the mascot like that, that's quality.
You got to use
quality
it.
stuff.
You got to use it.
Now, how does he compare to Uga?
He looks a little bit more agile than Uga. Uga at this point is usually in his little den area, AC, ice packs, hanging out, enjoying it, not standing around, walking around too much.
So not as soft as Uga is what you're saying.
Not as soft.
1st and 10.
Not as squishy.
That's Jordan Mims with the carry. Mims getting a little run here. Ronnie Rivers has had most of the carry so far. Mims is a sophomore, East Palo Alto.
And talking with the coaches yesterday, they said Mims and Rivers are pretty much interchangeable. Very similar backs, speedy guys, good quickness, good agility, and able to utilize them out of the backfield catching as well.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Mims again, head down, right on the stick to the 39. This is a deep core of running backs.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones, and they all have their talents. We talked about Mims and Rivers being more of the agility guys, the speedster. Then you put Hokett in there, 3rd and short, 4th and goal, something like that. Last year, 3 touchdowns in this game for San Diego State. A guy that you can trust is just going to continue to pound it and get those 1st downs and touchdowns.
Micah St. Andrew, Cyrus Tutelli, the right side of that offensive line. McMarion looking deep, fires to the sideline, wide open there. That's Johnson to the 15 and knocked out of bounds at the 11. Career leader at Fresno State.
It's a great job right here. You're going to get the safety. It's going to be a fake like he's doing a deep cross. Safety gets his hips turned. Not so fast. I'm going to break out. Great job. No one even close. But that initial move at the top of his route to get the DB to turn his hips created the ability to all that green space on the outside for the easy completion.
38 yards down to the 12. Hokett is in. Remember, he had the 3-touchdown game at San Diego State last year. In the red zone, which is brought to you by Verizon tonight. Look at the touchdown percentage by Fresno State. The national average, 63. They're right at 74%. Jeff Tedford very proud of that.
Well, this is where you see, we talk about the matchups with the tight ends, and these are 6'5", 6'6", 6'6" tight ends matched up against linebackers, against safeties. They're agile, they're big, they're fast. They can go up like basketball players and catch it, high point it.
Off the timeout, where do you go?
I'm telling you, in the red zone, I'm going to start looking more and more to these tight ends and even these running backs matched up with the linebackers in the pass game.
On the ground, it's Mims. And Tizino made the stop. 3rd down and goal.
A little surprised right now. They're running the football. We know how tough this defense is, and then you give them the opportunity. Short field, being inside the red zone, allows the safeties to be even more downhill, not giving the running backs any kind of space. Right now, this is the matchup. Split your tight end out in the slot. Get him one-on-one with these linebackers and with these safeties. He has the height. He has the ability to jump up there and snag it too if he gets the right matchup.
That's Jared Rice, who was a wide receiver and grew into a tight end. 3rd down 6. McMary in middle. Deflected. Jordan, the intended receiver. Trenton Thompson makes a big play on a throw that looked like it was behind him.
It was just a simple post route. They're doubling him on the outside. Actually splits the double team. And a great opportunity to throw it to the back of the end zone right there. Could have been an easy touchdown. Just throws about 2 yards behind his receiver.
25-yard attempt. Asa Fuller, redshirt freshman. Up and good. Points on the board for the Bulldogs. And now a 3-point lead in Fresno. This is a game that's been circled for some time here in Fresno. We have the Bulldogs and San Diego State. These two teams have dominated the West Division for some time now. Dangerous man is deep. Jawan Washington. Washington from his goal line. Out to the 20. Pinballs off a hit at the 26. Down to the 30 and down to Cassie McKinney. Cassie?
Rich, what has been so impressive is the communication between the San Diego State offensive linemen. There's a lot of chatter each time they come off the field, working through what they're seeing out there. Christian Chapman has come over to the O-line group several times, checking to make sure they can hear him out there. Senior Ryan Poe really stepping up as the leader, saying, let's have fun. And offensive line coach Mike Schmidt stressing that they have to knock them back. He said the guys on the inside are just taking up space. That is the #1 thing. Knock them back, guys.
All right, thank you, Cassie. You see Ryan Agnew, the junior. This is in the script for San Diego State. 2 series, 2nd quarter. Agnew play action, steps up, fires over the middle. It's Trevelyan again. Cuts back at the 20. He's gonna go again. Touchdown. 70 yards. His 2nd long reception for a score. San Diego State has the lead.
Yeah, that's how to make an entrance right there. He's going to locate the high safety. Once again, just an easy post route. Safety sits, and you throw it right over top. It's pretty simple. Once again, it's just a simple cross route going from left to right. You got the post coming from right to left. Locate the safety. He bites on the deep cross. There's no one left. And that's how you start your first play. Come in there with a nice 70-plus yard touchdown.
Jeff Horton, the offensive coordinator for San Diego State, told us that Fred Trevelyan was his home run threat. Guess what? He's got 2 long balls in this one. And the Aztecs have the lead in Fresno. Fred Trevelyan on the left has a touchdown pass from Christian Chapman, and now Ryan Agnew.
Man, it's just a breakdown rich in coverage right here. Cover 4, the safety and corner should be matched up 2-on-1, and then right here 2-on-1. My backside guy right here gets caught looking at the wrong side of the field, doesn't help his corner who's playing outside leverage. It's an easy, once again, the high safeties in cover 4, cover 3, not playing their responsibilities, helping out their cornerbacks, so like I said, have that outside leverage. And that's just an easy post route once again for the touchdown, Rich.
Six and a half left, first half. All 3 touchdowns have been long touchdown throws. Jameer Jordan will bring it out. Lost his footing, holds to the ball. 14-10, San Diego State on the road. Fresno State's on 1st and 10. Back in is Ronnie Rivers, and Anthony Luke is there to make the hit.
It's a great job right there, just splitting the guard and tackle by Anthony Luke right there, getting the TFL in the backfield. 6.5 right now for him on the season. Right now for Fresno State's offense, find a way right now to get a first down. A lot of confidence, a lot of momentum on that other side of the field.
Noble Hall, that nose tackle. McMarion throws a darts, caught there. Keyshawn Johnson has the first down, escapes out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, that's what the coaches love about Keyshawn Johnson. His ability this year to take that next step. It's not about just getting open. We know he can get open. See right there, great job lowering his weight, coming back to the quarterback, but the yards after catch, that's how he's taking his game to that next level this season. Not just making the catches and going down, but getting 4 or 5 plus yards each and every time.
McMarion's throw, that's a long throw over the head of Jameer Jordan, and well defended. Ron Smith, the Aztec corner, was right there with him.
Right now we're seeing a little bit of Marcus McMarion being a little bit uncomfortable in the pocket right now. He's been knocked around himself, he's been rushed, he's had to get off his spot. And we talked about the thing that is most impressive, his ability to get through his reads. It's kind of tough when you only have time to get through 1, maybe 2 for the defensive lines on top of you.
Plenty of time here, fires to the sideline, caught. That's Johnson, and he's struggling to get out of bounds. I don't think he got there. He did not. And so right at midfield, and 3rd down and 5.
And right now, after all these big plays we've seen, the defense for this San Diego State team is playing a little bit off at the moment. You're just going to have to take these 5-6 yard gains and be happy with those and continue to get first downs.
On 3rd down, another sideline throw, and it's almost picked off. Great break there by Smith, again, in that left cornerback spot.
Yeah, that's a long, long throw, Rich, from the left hash all the way to the right side. As a quarterback, you gotta be on time. The ball has to hit the receiver just as he's turning at the top of his route. Right there, McMarion was a split second too late. DB has the opportunity to go in there and break it up and almost get the interception.
And a stop by the San Diego State defense. Fair catch called for. It's going to land at the 8 and roll down to the 7.
I think right now maybe run it to see if you could somehow split it and get a big one, but that's about it. I don't think you want to put your quarterback in the position to throw the football and try to drive the team 95 yards.
Juwan Washington straight ahead.
I think right now defensively both teams are playing solid besides the big home runs. I mean, they're playing great against the run. They're stopping, they're keeping everything in front of them besides the 3 home runs. That's really been it. I mean, the defenses have dominated. They just got to clean it up. The safeties, we talk about eye discipline from safeties. For Fresno State safeties, they did not do a great job of double teaming the post routes when they had to double team them, leaving their cornerbacks one-on-one on the island with outside technique. Other than that, I've been pretty impressed with both sides.
San Diego State obviously just trying to run the clock out here and get in at halftime with a 14-10 lead over Fresno State. This is a nice bounce back for the Aztecs, who lost at home to UNLV, collapsed in the second half.
It's going to be interesting, too. Who's going to be this quarterback come second half? Is it going to be Chapman or is it going to be Agnew? Hopefully leading their team to victory.
Well, the script says the coaches will meet at halftime and they'll discuss. Do they go with Chapman? He threw a 75-yarder. Do they go with Agnew? He threw a 70-yarder. Both for scores. 14-10, your halftime score. After the break, we'll send you to CBS Sports Network studios in New York for the Verizon Halftime Report. Brent Stover, Houston Nutt, Kevin Carter standing by. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Halftime coming to a close in the Mountain West. San Diego State, Fresno State, 14-10, Aztecs on top. Rich Waltz along with Aaron Murray. Both coaches told us this week, we got to take some shots downfield. And they weren't kidding, were they?
No, they weren't kidding at all. I was expecting a little bit more from the run game, but both defenses loading the box right now. That's why we're seeing these big plays down the field from both sides. Fresno State start the game off, big bomb downfield, get the defense to jump, and then San Diego State comes right back. Two big post rounds, taking advantage of safeties extremely downfield. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is, guys are wide open down the field. But other than that, Rich, it's been a great defensive game for both defenses.
All right, so this is the defense. This is the good defense here.
Yeah, it's a good, more against the run right now. Both teams are stuffing it. Both teams shown the ability to get after the quarterback.
Coors Light, first half stats. What numbers jump out at you? The big plays kind of skew these numbers.
They do, and the big pass yards. But right now, the rush yards, because both these teams want to establish the run, especially San Diego State. Only 35 yards right now. Like we saw, Rich, in those highlights, the big pass plays, those 3 big touchdowns, really where all the yards have come from. Other than that, defenses have been pretty stingy so far.
John Barron's got a strong leg, and he drills that one through the end zone. And we go down below to Cassie McKinney. Cassie?
Hey, Rich, I caught up with both head coaches at the half. First, Rocky Long said that during this week they would decide which quarterback would start the second half after they had a discussion in the locker room. Well, I asked Coach which quarterback it would be. He said he had no idea that Jeff Horton would be the one to decide. So still no decision on that yet, guys. But he said he was pleased with the passing game and making those big plays. As far as Fresno State, Jeff Tedford was quick to bring up those 2 big plays they give up. He said you could not do that against a team like San Diego State besides those explosive plays. He said he's pleased with the way his defense is doing against the run, guys.
All right, Cassie, good stuff there. First possession, second half, Fresno State. McMarion will hand it off. And Kayaba Tizino makes the stop on Ronnie Rivers. First half possessions for Fresno State. That big touchdown, the 86-yarder, started the game. But since then, the defense of San Diego State has been really, really good. Big hole there, and it looks like a first down run to the 36-yard line. Let's see where they do mark it. It was Rivers, and it is a first down. Third quarter has been huge for Fresno State. And so getting the football, getting all of halftime to script out this drive.
And this is a great start. We saw the previous with all the drives in that first half. You see a lot of them 3, 4, 5 plays. They're not getting the run game going in order to get those 7, 8, 10 play drives that we're used to seeing from Fresno State. They got to find a way with up front at the offensive line to create some holes for the running backs.
Rivers again, and there's a hole. It closes at the 43-yard line. That's a 6-yard carry for Ronnie Rivers. Kayaba Tizino with another hit and stop for San Diego State.
And this is what you want right now. Continue to run the ball, get to third and manageable, or even take advantage of these corners playing so far off with quick hitches and out routes on the outside.
Second down 4. Aztecs show blitz, and here they come. McMarion a quick throw. Johnson the catch, and he's immediately dropped by Ron Smith, who had a really good first half in that quarterback spot.
Yeah, he did a great job. But those are if the defensive backs, the cornerbacks want to play 6 yards off, it's a glorified run at the end of the day. If you want to hand the ball off, you can. If not, you get your receivers on quick hitches on the outside. Pop up, rip it, get 4 or 5, and let's get to a 3rd and short.
3rd and short indeed. It's 3rd and 1 at the 45. Again, Aztecs bring pressure. McMarion's going to pull it. He's got the first down. He's out to the midfield stripe. Tariq Thompson made the hit. And Fresno State moves the chains.
That's a great read right here. Defensive end wants to crash. You pull it. Jared Rice, you got the leading tight end blocking out front for you. Able to pick up the first down. That's 4 runs this play on this drive so far. And then the quick hitch. Slow this game down a little bit. And like I said, get to about 8, 9, 10 yards per drive right now when it comes to play count.
Everyone's coming. McMarion throws deep in the sideline, and it's caught there. Keyshawn Johnson elevates and makes the grab at the 18-yard line.
That's a great job by Keyshawn Johnson on the outside, stepping on the defender's toes. And then great ball location. You got a 6'2" receiver on the outside. DB's not looking. You're taught to throw it right at the DB's head. A little higher, allow your receiver, your big receiver, to go up there and snag it.
At the 18-yard line, Johnson in motion. Rivers in the backfield. Movement, flags, another free play, end zone shot, and it's deflected. That was Smith battling Johnson, and another flag is down right at the 5-yard line.
Pass interference, defense, number 17. That penalty will be enforced, respond to the foul, and an automatic first down.
So they'll take the pass interference, and that puts the football inside the 5.
And you see right now Josh Hokitz in there at running back, number 33, 6'1", 220.
Red zone brought to you by Verizon. Hokit, and he busts it down to the 2. Hokit, 2-sport athlete here at Fresno State, also an outstanding wrestler.
Yeah, it's amazing. In the offseason, he was actually under 200 pounds in order to wrestle. As soon as his season was over, got back in the weight room, got back at the 220, physical running back. Surprised they're taking him out right here, though. 2nd and 2, right there on the goal line. You think you keep him in there for another opportunity to pound it in there for the touchdown.
Ronnie Rivers is back in. Oh, no one there. A little toss to Rivers. Broken play, and it works. Touchdown, Fresno State.
Rich, they might have to add that to the playbook after this one. Broken play, supposed to be fake jet sweep and a little zone read. Ronnie Rivers said, nah, I got something better for us. Just give me the ball. Let me go do my thing. Great job improvising. And great job by Marcus McMarion, not getting too flustered, finding his running back, give him the ball, and they'll make a play. And I'll start it off. Big pass to Keyshawn Johnson on the outside. Get them down there to 2nd and goal. And a great job by Rivers getting in.
Jeff Tedford certainly has had an impact on this program. First as a quarterback, then as an offensive coordinator, now as the head coach. And we talked about that long line of great quarterbacks. We showed you those names, the cars. And we showed you Trent Dilfer's name. The name Sweeney popped up, and I went to Jim Sweeney, of course, the longtime coach. But his son, Kevin Sweeney, was a record-setting quarterback here at Fresno State as well. Washington from the 5. If you're just joining this one, it's been a fun game. A lot of big plays. 3 touchdown throws of over 70 yards. Chapman turns and gives it to Juwan Washington. And Fresno State's defense has done a nice job of bottling up Washington, who had an electric start to his season, broke his clavicle, missed 4.5 games, had 66 yards in returning last week against UNLV.
And the key is right now for this defense, and talking with Burt Waltz, the defensive coordinator for Fresno State, it's going to be the eye discipline. All those big post routes, the safety's eyes were not in the right position. With all the play action that you're going to see from this offense, you have to make sure your cues and your eyes are in the right spot.
2nd down 9. Chapman to the sideline, and it's incomplete. San Diego State admittedly is a run-first team. That's a late flag at the 18-yard line. This is in the backfield.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 98, late throw down. 15-yard penalty and automatic, 1st down.
It's KT Jacopo, the junior defensive lineman, and that's a big penalty.
Yeah, it's something you can't do. Number 98 right there does a great job swim move. That's a little weak right there. It's not like he slammed him to the ground or the turf or anything like that. Kind of just fell with him with his arms wrapped around. Listen, these quarterbacks get protected nowadays a little bit more. I wish I had this protection, Rich, when I played.
Wait a minute.
I feel if you breathe on them, there's going to be a flag coming out.
You're the same guy that has a limo from the hotel to the bowl, to the stadium every.
That's so you can jump in.
48, Washington the pitch. Juwan Washington. That's a hard-earned 5 yards. I mean, look, the legacy of quarterbacks impressive at Fresno State. The legacy of running backs at San Diego State is pretty impressive. You had Donnell Pumphrey, who was a record-setting runner. I believe he's on the Eagles practice squad. Ronnie Hillman had a nice NFL career. And of course, Rashad Penny, a first-round pick last year by Seattle. Trevelyan back in the ball game. 2nd down 6. Chapman a draw, and some room, and a 1st down. Christian Chapman is not the best runner. In fact, Ryan Agnew is better known for his feet.
You see right here, there's only going to be a 5-man box. So you got 5 defenders for 5 offensive linemen, plus a running back. That's great numbers right there to check to a draw. Plenty of bodies to be able to pick up that 1st down right there.
And Trevelyan back on the sideline. You mentioned the record of Marcus McMaryion, 17-4 as a starter. But Chapman is 24-8 as a starter at San Diego State. And 1st and 10. Chase Jasmine is in. Jasmine inside the 30. And all of a sudden, this Aztec running game starting to get 4 and 5 yards a carry.
We talked about it, though, in the 1st quarter, Rich, is you stay committed to the run game. Eventually, those 2-yard runs are going to turn to 5-yard runs. Those 5-yard runs are going to turn to 10-yard runs. And then you're going to pop a big one for a big touchdown at some point. Stay committed. That's your identity. That's who you are. Continue to be feisty up front. Wear down that defense. Gets it in the 3rd quarter, into the 4th. These big runs are going to start to emerge.
Pitch. Jasmine. Oh, goodness. Jeffrey Allison. He had 14 tackles at Boise State. Leading tackler. A look and a listen.
That's how you explode through a tackle right there. Great job for the middle linebacker spot. Leads the team in tackles right now. Had 98 heading into the game. He is tenacious. You see right there the speed, the angle he took. And once again, big 3rd down. You're kind of at the cusp of field goal range right here. We'll see if Fresno State brings the blitz to see if they can knock San Diego State out of that field goal range.
3rd down 5. Chapman hit as he throws. Incomplete. Wow, a good hit at the quarterback and a good hit at the receiver. Chapman went down. Jaron Bryant with the hit.
And you're going to see blitzes from the left side. And this is what Burt Waltz does. Anytime you get near the 30-yard line, he's going to turn up the heat. He doesn't want an easy field goal. He wants to be able to try to push you back, make the quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. And if you are going to kick a field goal, it's going to be a long try. We'll see if he can make this about 48-yard field goal right now.
Barron is having a marvelous year, 16 of 19. He's 4 of 4 from beyond 50. This is 47. Can he curve it back in? No! He just missed it. Plenty of leg. Trying to hook it back in. And Fresno State with a stop.
It was a big stop, but I do like San Diego State. Great job getting back to the run a little bit. Just couldn't curve, you said it, Rich, just couldn't curve it enough. Looked like it was gonna get a little left right there. Just not enough, plenty of leg.
You know, if he had attempted that from 58 instead of 48, he might have made it.
Yeah, maybe
because
he had a little bit over.
He had plenty of distance, and that ball may have drawn back in by the time it had traveled that far. McMarion, deep throw. Grimm, incomplete.
Oh, he had him on the post run. He has a quarterback. You have to understand, as a righty, the ball is going to travel off your hands from right to left. So when you're throwing a post route and the post is coming from your left-hand side, you need to throw it more to the middle of the field, and it'll naturally curl right into the receiver's hands. If you throw at the receiver, what happened right there is exactly what's going to happen every single time. The ball will continue to spin left and end up going right over the receiver's head.
That's Rice, the big tight end, with a catch. That's well defended, too, by San Diego State. It's going to be a gain of about 6. Good pursuits. Troy Cassidy and Ron Smith.
Yeah, Rich, going back to that post throw, I remember my first time throwing one, and Bobo said, just aim like you're throwing it right down the middle of the goalpost. Just trust it. I know you're not throwing at the receiver. It will naturally bend. That distance down the field naturally bend right into the receiver's hands. They could have had a big 70-yard touchdown 2 plays ago.
Third down 4. McMarion's flushed, and he's going to get the first down and out to midfield. Big play, Marcus McMarion. Kayava Tizino ran him down.
There's a tremendous job. They only brought 4 defensively, but you see right here, plenty of time in the pocket. Gets through his 3 reads, gets back to the backside, no one there. But that's a better job by the offensive line, picking up what San Diego State wanted to bring.
It was a 13-yard scramble by McMarion. Brought the Fresno State 49-yard line. Rivers, good surge, and a solid 6 yards on the carry. Final minutes, third quarter. The first half was filled with big plays. 3 touchdown throws of over 70 yards.
Yeah, we almost had another one a couple plays ago, but Fresno State, they're staying committed. I think both teams right now staying committed to the run for the majority of this third quarter. Hopefully it pays off with some bigger home run hitters from the run game in the fourth quarter.
Another nice carry. Ronnie Rivers. Parker Baldwin made the stop. 8 yards on that carry.
And I think right now, too, the offensive line is starting to get the rhythm of what the defense is doing from the stunts, the blitzes. They're seeing it. The game's slowing down. They're able to pick up for it a little bit more.
So 3 quarters in the books. Fresno State at home up 3. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Hugely important game here in the Mountain West. Fresno State after 3 at home, up 17-14. Rich Waltz along with Aaron Murray. Fresno State wins this game, they are in the Mountain West Championship game. San Diego State wins this game, they're still alive, and they have a shot at getting there as well.
Hey, this is a big series right here for Fresno State. Can they finish it off and not just put 3 points on the board, but can they get 7 points to extend this lead to 2 possessions? The way their defense is playing right now, that would be pretty impressive and very hard for San Diego State to get going back on offense.
Bulldogs have been doing it on the ground with Ronnie Rivers, and he follows the left side of his line. Christian Cronk and Logan Hughes is going to get 4 yards on that carry. Big plays in the first half. 3 long touchdown throws. Both teams trying to establish the ground game here in the second half.
I wouldn't be surprised with maybe a quick throw to the outside. These cornerbacks about 70 yards off still.
Rivers, and he is munched. Andrew Alecki, the sophomore linebacker, came up and tackled him right at the 31-yard line, short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
And San Diego said they've done a good job keeping, besides the long play, the one-on-one corner kind of slipped and fell, which allowed the big touchdown in the first quarter, keeping everything in front of them, rallying down to the run game, keeping the passers, the receivers in front of them as well, making Fresno earn every single yard so far tonight.
McMarion steps up, fires, caught, Johnson at the 2. Boy, can he go get it.
I tell you what, he climbed the elevator on this one. Up top, I think the defense was thinking, just keep everything right in front of us, prevent a possible first down. But what a great move at the top. He gives a little sudden move to the outside.
Short of the goal line is Jordan Mims.
But most importantly, great route, great job going up and getting it, but Marcus McMarion throwing it in a spot where only his receiver could get it. And a cover 3 look, fit it right between the middle safety and the outside cornerback. Only spot you can throw it against that defense.
At the 1, Mims in the backfield with McMarion. And it's Mims, and he's in.
Yeah, a few touchdowns ago, the busted play to Ronnie Rivers, this is what that was supposed to look like. Fake the jet sweep, give the ball to Mims, downhill, and he does the rest, running over the defender to get 6 points on the board.
It's blocked, and that can be returned for 2 points. This is Troy Cassidy. Cassidy to the 30, and he stopped at the 25-yard line. That could have been 2 for San Diego State.
It's a great job right here. Marcus McMarion throwing to Keyshawn Johnson. Getting the ball inside the 5-yard line. And then Jordan Mims finishing it off with a big run. Putting 6 on the board. And not so fast. Block extra point by San Diego State, preventing an extra point on the board. 23-14, we got a ball game.
The lead is 9. Keyshawn Johnson having quite a night tonight. 9 grabs, 140 yards. And the Bulldogs are 12 minutes and 40 seconds away from winning the West. And returning to the Mountain West Championship game. Remember, last year they lost a tight one on the road at Boise. Juwan Washington deep. Still plenty of time for San Diego State. Washington backed up to the goal line. And good special teams work there by Fresno State. As you see, Agnew back in. Chapman played most of the first half. Had a shot to the ribs, as Cassie reported. And since that report, it's been Agnew here after Chapman started the second half. And San Diego State has not been able to run it with any consistency tonight.
And they got to get going, Rich. I mean, 5 minutes, under 6 minutes to go in this game right now. You got 75+ yards of drive to put points on the board, and then you got to do it all over again and get some more points, and then stop Fresno State defense and offense in between all of that. There's no time to waste. I know your identity is run, run, run. Right now, you got to break those tendencies. You got to open it up. You got to trust Ryan Agnew to get through his reads and then take off and run, use his legs if he has to.
Agnew's throw, a short one, caught there. That's Waring, the tight end, and he gets to the 27-yard line. Now, as you've preached all night, play-action pass is the best pass for San Diego State. Don't they lose some of that here?
It's non-existent right now. And as a defense, what Burt Watts is telling their guys, just play off. I mean, the clock is on our side. The scoreboard is on our side right now. Give up those 5-yard plays. Maybe even give up a first down here. Don't let anyone get on top of you. So the last thing you need is a quick score. If they're going to score, make it be a 3-4 minute drive.
They're down 6. Agnew, blitz comes. Agnew's flushed, throws on the run, man open. It's caught by Trevillion, who's had an incredible night tonight, and he's out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
And Fresno State turns up the heat right here. You're going to see it. Going to bring 6 guys. But that's what Ryan Agnew can do with his feet. He feels the pressure in front of him. He sees the free defender, rolls a little bit out to the right, creates some more time, and then it's just one-on-one coverage on the outside.
There's some play action. Agnew stopping, starting, throwing, incomplete. Almost picked. Jerron Bryant on the coverage. All right, here is the Sonic quarterback comparison, and these are the two San Diego State quarterbacks.
And you said it best earlier, Rich. The passing yards, the numbers are a little through the roof just because of the big home run hits on those couple post routes we saw early in the game, but really not much for this entire offense. They haven't been able to run the football. You take away the big home runs, and they haven't done much in the pass game either. But we're talking about this Fresno State defense is one of the best in this conference and one of the best in the country.
Well, at the 31-yard line.
I'm going to try to see if they get one-on-one matchup on the outside up top.
Agnew's throw is tipped at the line, and it's incomplete. Kobe Smith was the intended receiver.
It's a great job up front. If you're not going to be able to get to the quarterback, get your hand up there and tip it. Patrick Bellany, number 94, does a great job getting his left hand. Kobe Smith on the outside did have the opportunity for a nice little 14-yard comeback to get this to a 3rd and short. Right now, same message to this defense. Keep everything in front of you. You got beat on the blitz last time. We'll see if they back off now.
Agnew steps up, looks, flips it short. Caught there, Washington cuts and is blasted at the 38 by James Bailey. This will bring up 4th down and about 9. And San Diego State's going to call a timeout. Their last timeout.
Last time, 3rd and long situation, you saw pressure from Fresno. Now you see it. They decide they're going to do a little disguise. It looks like we're going to bring 6, not so fast. Drop A in the coverage, no one open downfield.
That's the line to gain at the 47-yard line. Jeff Tedford wants this loud crowd to get into this 4th down and 9.
I expect this defense to once again drop A in the coverage and make Ryan Agnew be accurate with the football.
Blitz is coming. Agnew's got time. Now he's flushed and hit and dropped and the Bulldogs get the football.
Yeah, it's a great job by Isaiah Johnson on the outside. You see him right there pushing the quarterback up in the pocket and then finishing off with the sack, not quitting till the quarterback's on the ground. That's the hair highlight of the night right there too.
That's epic hair.
That's epic hair.
That's 80s heavy metal hair. Now, Fresno State with a football. San Diego State is out of timeouts, and on 1st and 10, they'll keep it on the ground. Ronnie Rivers to the 27-yard line.
And once again, the thing is, with 3 running backs like this and the way they've been able to rotate these guys in all season, we flip it over to San Diego State. The injuries they've seen. Right now, Fresno, these guys are healthy. They feel good. They've split the reps 3-4 ways this entire season. They should be fresh going forward to finish the season off next week and then into the conference championship and then into whatever bowl game. And if you can continue to dominate the line of scrimmage, you're going to give yourself a chance to win ball games.
From the 28, clock down to 2:20. Rivers again. This offensive line has had a really good second half for Fresno State.
Yeah, tremendous second half in the run game. They've kept Marcus McMaryion clean. A couple times in the first half, you see him having to get out of there. You see the trophy, it's coming out. Still got to finish the ball game, though, but looking pretty good.
I wonder if there's any oil in that.
A couple stains maybe in the inside. the smell, the scent still there.
3rd down 2. Aztecs got a lot of guys up on that line of scrimmage. And Rivers has got the first down, and that should do it. The old oil can will stay with Fresno State. They won it last year. They won in San Diego convincingly. And here tonight, down at the half, 14-10. They've dominated the second half.
And they won last year like they won this second half, running the football, dominating the line of scrimmage. Last year, it was with Josh Hokett and Jordan Mims. This year is a little bit of Mims, a lot of Rivers, and a lot of this offensive line picking up what San Diego State was delivering on the defensive side of the football.
They'll get the old oil can, and they'll get the division. As Fresno State has won the West, they play San Jose State next week. They should take care of business against the Spartans and then wait to see what happens in the Mountain Division between Boise State and Utah State. Those two teams will decide the Mountain Division next week in Boise. But here in the West, it's Fresno State. Congratulations to the Bulldogs. They'll play the Mountain West Championship game. Their opponent, either Boise State or Utah State. Standings updated. The Bulldogs now at 9-2 and 6-1. As we noted, Utah State, Boise State play next week in Boise. Let's go down below. Jeff Tedford is with our Cassie McKinney.
Well, Coach, congratulations. You get to keep the oil can and you get to keep the division. What does this win mean?
Oh, it's huge for our program, and you know, our kids and our staff, they worked so hard and invested so much time all the way back since January. It's a long, hard road, And that's a great football team right there. We have a lot of respect for San Diego State. That was a hard-fought game.
Big plays define this game. What was your game plan coming in offensively to go up against San Diego State's defense?
Well, we're going to try to stay patient with the run. They're really difficult to run the ball against, and we're going to try to stay in manageable situations. They did a really nice job. We gave up a couple big plays on defense, but we're able to respond in the second half offensively with a few of our own.
This is shaped up to be another successful year for you. What are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of our players and our staff and the hard work that we put in and the people of Fresno. Love it here. It's a great program. But I just enjoy being around these guys every single day.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cassie. He took over a program that was 1-11, and once he took over, they have gone 19-6, 13-2 in Mountain West play. Aaron Murray, that's impressive.
It's impressive. And this win tonight, this was like you said, no slouch in San Diego State. They've had a tremendous season defensively, offensively, but I tell you what, this is an exciting team. Next week's going to be exciting to see who they're going to face in the championship game in a couple weeks.
For Aaron Murray, Cassie McKinney, and our entire crew, I'm Rich Waltz. The final, Fresno State 23-14. The Bulldogs win the West. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. From the Golden State Good Knights, we take you back to our New York studios for Inside College Football. Brent Stover and Kevin Carter standing by. The Bulldogs win the West.